every actor becomes a superstar after he finds like his DDLJ. So all the love stories leading up to that is maybe to find it. I don't know. Somehow it's a tag that's stuck to me.
My crew, they were going like crazy over like the moment I would go for touch up and they'd be like, oh God, where is he? Can you look crazy? So yeah, he has that fan following, which is great. And
my wife doesn't. I don't think she still accepted that I'm an actor or I'm a star. She doesn't. I don't know. She's like, he goes to work and comes back. Somebody came and asked me for a picture. He's like, why do they want a picture with you? And I'm like, I'm an actor. Oh yeah. Oh sorry. He does like 5 films a year.
Yeah.
And I'm doing these big, long, drawn out 8-10 month films. You can't come to my house if you're doing only one film a year.
Hello and welcome to ETimes. My name is Jigar Shah and today we have Dulquer Salmaan Jasleen Royal coming together with a single called Heeriye. It's a love song and Jasleen, what better choice than to have Dulquer in it? How does that feel?
it feels awesome, like he's the perfect choice and I'm so happy that he came on board.
Dulquer, how did it feel like to come on a horse in the video? Literally like the prince coming on a horse.
With a cape and everything. I was like, oh, I've not done this before. And you would think I've done everything when it comes to romance. So that was cool. It was I got to do something new. And I was also coming off of 6-7 months of shooting the same film. And it was such a nice welcome break for me. I was shooting in Goa, and it was a lovely young crew, and I got to do this. So yeah, for me, it was like a little holiday.
So Jasleen, what made you think of Dulquer? What movie did you see of Dulquer that made you think that, oh, he's the lover boy whom I want to meet in this video?
See, I recently saw Sita and it was amazing, and the chemistry he has shared with Raman, it's amazing, and the film is like very, very special. So that was the recent film that I thought, and also like
I think OK Kanmani.
OK Kanmani, and of course that's also like one of the like very amazing films, and I had gotten in touch with him earlier, but this time it like really worked out. So
Dulquer and romance go hand in hand. I've told you before also that I love OK Kanmani, it's like my guilty pleasure. Yeah. So do you think that you feel that you connect with romance better than most of other genres?
So I never really gave it much thought. When I first started out as an actor, that time in my head I had this theory that every actor becomes a superstar after he finds like his DDLJ. As like if you track most actors, they'll always have that one great love story that just took off. And maybe I was seeking that, never finding it, and I found it after some 12 years in Sita maybe. So all the love stories leading up to that is maybe to find it, and I don't know. Somehow it's a tag that's stuck to me.
So Jasleen, when it comes to Dulquer, how do you, as a performer, as a singer, as a producer as well, when you work with Dulquer, what is that one thing you take back home, except Dulquer?
I just felt that he's a very, very easygoing person, and he's very collaborative. And earlier, like when we were just starting, we were discussing with the teams, and I hope everything is sorted. We don't want him troubled at any cost. He should feel that.
I was like, they're stressing so much. I'm like, I'm the opposite. I'm super easy, don't stress.
Yeah, like he was absolutely amazing, and I remember the second day we needed some more shots, and we asked him like, would you just give us like half an hour extra, and he was like, yeah, of course, and he just came back. So we were ready.
I'll tell you where I'm coming from. Where in Malayalam, you never know what time you're going home. They never tell you. You're like, what time will we finish today? Don't know, sir, maybe 2 o'clock. I don't know, depends if it works out, maybe we'll go all night. It's like that. Nothing's fixed. So you just go there, and at some point somebody will call back up. So they're like, half an hour? I'm like, half an hour? Yeah, of course.
I'll give 1 hour also. What do you want?
So that
at least I know it's going to end at some point.
But what made you say yes to a single? Because normally, at least in South, I know there's no concept of single as such music albums. So what made you say yes to this one?
So I think I've never planned any of these things that have happened in my career. Like I didn't plan to do Tamil or Telugu or Hindi or a web series, and so I just went with the song. I love the song. I've always loved Jasleen, her music, her voice, and I was like, this will be a great experience. And I think I've enjoyed doing like anthologies. I've enjoyed doing small cameos in films about children. And so it's also, as actors, you get to enact a new character and tell a story in a few days. That's always exciting. And I was just like, I think also where I was, I knew I was going to be doing the kind of films I'm doing now. It would be a nice break for the audience also to see me.
So when you say you're where coming from, you are saying King of Kotha?
King of Kotha is a full-on action gangster film, and even Guns and Gloves is kind of in that zone. So I was like, it'll be a nice break for people to see me in something like this, even if it's just a song.
So Jasleen, how was it romancing Dulquer? That's one thing. I'm sure a lot of girls are going to be very anxious and upset and jealous of you for pulling that one off.
But it's never like it appears on screen, right? Like we are going through, what do we do now?
Yeah, no, so when you do it, it looks mechanical. But when you see it on screen, it looks great. It all looks like one moment after another falling back to back.
No, I think it was amazing, and even my crew, the whole makeup and the hair and everybody, they were going like crazy over like the moment I would go for touch up and they'd be like, oh God, where is he? Can you look crazy? So yeah, he has that fan following, which is great, and I would just feel happy. Like, yes, right, he's great, like, and he's so easy to work with, which I love the most, and I think that's why the video has turned out to be what it has.
How do you deal with female adulation, which you get in like hordes and hordes?
I mean, it's.
Well, I should ask, how does a wife deal with adulation which you get?
My wife does it. I don't think she still accepted that I'm an actor or I'm a star. She doesn't. I don't know. She's like, he goes to work and comes back. Like honestly, in the first like 2-3 years of my marriage, like somebody came and asked me. I was like, yeah, I was here and I got caught up because someone wanted a picture. I was like, why do they want a picture with you? And I'm like, I'm an actor. Oh yeah, sorry. She's like that. Like she's so disconnected sometimes from it. So I don't think she thinks much about the adulation. She's like, I know what you're at home. They're only seeing the groomed this version of you. She's like, I'm the one who lives with the real version.
Oh, baap.
Also, I didn't get all this adulation before I became an actor. So it's.
Yeah,
I think it comes with what you do on screen and how you're presented. And
a lot of North Indian.
It would be nice if it was when I was younger. Yeah, I would have enjoyed it a lot more.
You're still
younger. Now I don't know what to do with it.
You're still younger, but yeah.
Yeah, not so young.
Yeah. But a lot of adulation came your way post OK Kanmani also. It is North Indian. That's
for sure. I think Manisha film just literally. I mean, people from all over watch his films. Everybody waits for a Manisha film. You don't miss it, And so I think when I got that opportunity, I knew that like something is going to flip after I do a film with him, because I feel like a lot more people will know me or recognize me or at least know me as the boy from OK Kanmani. And I was conscious of it, and it genuinely happened. Even now, you still don't stop mentioning that film.
I can't. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I keep on saying it too, because even when I don't feel asleep, I end up watching OK Kanmani. Like I feel good about myself.
It's a feel good. What is that? Like a hug.
Yeah. So when Jasleen came to you with the script, what song had you heard of hers before?
I heard most of her songs. I keep telling her, like, my daughter, for some weird reason, as an infant, would only fall asleep to Din Shagna. I think it's so soothing, the tonal quality of it. And as a baby, she just like out. So we all knew that song as Maryam's lullaby.
Wow.
Weirdly. And then I was strangely listening to Ranja a lot when I was driving. I did that 2-day drive up to Spiti Valley from Chandigarh for Sita. So for some reason, my friend was playing the music and we kept listening to the Shersha tracks, and this just kept playing in my head.
Yeah.
So somewhere, songs and artists are a part of your life, and you don't realize that at some point you might end up collaborating with them. Like, I would have never guessed this to happen, and there's beauty in that. I love when I get to work with anybody that whose work I admire, but I don't have a planet. I like it when the stars align and this magically happens.
So have you met his daughter till now?
No, I've seen the pictures.
She's in pictures, yeah.
On a video call once, I just saw her.
To make her
we were on a Zoom call and she just jumped in.
Yeah.
Does she know that she's the one with whom you're working right now? She's too young to know about it.
I've told her this, but I mean, as an infant, she probably doesn't remember her as her memory as a baby. But so I tell her this is a story. I'm like, you should only listen, you should only fall asleep to the song.
So cute.
And she sang it, and now I'm doing the song with her.
Lovely. Look at one off question. You've how are you managing the Hindi work as well? Because you also have Malayalam film as well, and you also got other language films. Hindi, you have had 3 releases till now. You have Guns and Gulabs happening. You have this song coming. So how are you managing the two industries?
It's not 2, it's 4.
Multiple actually.
Yeah, so it's tricky because when I'm listening to stuff, it's I have in my head I'm like, okay, this is my Hindi lineup so far. How do I make the next film different? So I can listen to a whole bunch of stuff there. And then I also try to understand a lineup of my year. And I'm like, how can each film be different? It is tricky. So like I'm always now taking a long time to arrive at a decision. Like I think a lot of filmmakers are getting irritated with me. I'm sorry, but this is a problem that I have because I want to make the right choice.
But you also have your father who's like this big celebrity who's done everything possible under the sun, under the world of cinema. So does that also impact on what you decide?
No, he thinks it's not funny. He's like, why is this film taking so long? Why aren't you doing more films? He does like 5 films a year.
Yeah.
And I'm doing these big, long, drawn out 8-10 month films. And he doesn't understand it. He's like, you can't come to my house if we're doing only 1 film a year. I'm like, what? I'm still working. He's like, that doesn't mean anything. You have to do more work.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay. Jasleen, what's next for you?
Few more independent songs, and there's another film I'm working on, Project K. Which is
going to be like the biggest film of the year. I mean, in history, I think.
Yeah, it's Prabhas, Mr. Bachchan, Deepika, Disha.
So that's the one I'm working on, and Heeriye has consumed all of my time and energy, and now I'm ready to put it out.
Thank you so much for your time, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much.